You're listening to Midwest's Most Dangerous Podcast, Left to Center Pod, coming to you live from the NECA IBEW Powering Indiana Lake County Studios and the Smith Sursick Law Firm.
Good morning.
Lock Pod.
Morning. Yes, we're
Lock Pod.
Episode 15.
If you think it's a little awkward right now, it's because Dad wanted to talk about something, and right before we went live, Kevin said no. Now Dad doesn't know what to talk about.
No, I'll be embarrassed. I don't want to talk
embarrassed.
about it.
I was like, I don't know. I got to research that.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was in the paper on the front page.
So Dad's like scrambling.
He's on the election board.
Well, it's kind of... Okay, so like if there's something about the city...
Okay.
All right. I just want
guess
to
we're
make sure
talking
we're
about
doing
it.
this
Okay,
right.
motherfucker.
Yeah, because I know
that was. Okay,
I've been in so many
motherfucker.
meetings where like, okay, all right, just want to make sure we're
This is
okay.
attorney-client privilege. Watch it,
Yes. Agreed.
Let's just restart here.
Welcome to Lock Pod, everybody.
We were going to talk about Lindsay's scrubs or lack
I'm not
thereof.
wearing scrubs.
But we thought your dad and I both thought that they were
Yes.
scrubs.
Chat, you
See,
decide.
I am wearing a jumpsuit. It's Halloween themed. It's
Scrubs.
just a sweatshirt and sweatpants.
Okay.
It's cold outside. And Dad's just like, oh, you come out from work like that? And
But
I'm
I was like, are those scrubs? I said the same thing. I was like, are those scrubs?
No.
I pictured her walking around, like helping people
Yes.
out, like dressed like a
Because
big
it's like
spider
festive.
web.
no, I'm
It's like
cozy.
a spider web.
I'm just being cozy. I got it at Target recently, and I thought I'd wear it.
You called it your spiderweb jumpsuit.
Yeah, my spiderweb jumpsuit.
Okay.
Madam Web.
Cute.
If you spend any time at a hospital, you know that they start color coordinating all the nurses now.
Oh.
So, like, the nurses wear a certain color, the aides wear a certain color, and then the janitors and the doctors all wear different colors so that you know who you're talking to.
It's sanitary engineers.
This
Watch it.
sanitary
Yeah.
engineers,
Yeah.
correct? We
Maintenance-
love, actually,
maintenance
they,
workers.
They call them
Throwing it around.
That's right.
environmental services at our facility.
Okay.
What was
Very
that in Breakfast Club? He's asked
Yeah,
the janitor.
that's
He's like, "How does one get into the janitorial science?"
Such a great movie.
I just
I
saw
love
that
that movie.
recently. It was on, and I
I
was
made
like, God, I
my-
haven't seen this in so long.
I made all my kids watch that.
Smart.
When they were little.
That's
Nice.
good.
Right, Lens?
Correct.
Breakfast
It
Club.
was my first rated R movie.
Whoa.
It was a good movie, man. That's
What was your very first rated R movie?
I have no
Mine was
idea.
Monty Python's Meaning of Life.
It was something.
rated
it was
R?
brutal.
Yeah, I
guarantee
didn't
you.
even. Yeah.
Oh yeah, back then, Lynn's like rated R was like solid too. Like,
Oh yeah.
you'd see like nudity and like all kinds of crazy stuff back
There's
in the
no
day.
nudity
Swearing.
in Breakfast Club, though.
Swearing that
No,
you can just
not
hear
in
on regular
Breakfast Club.
TV
You're right.
now.
Was
What was it
Breakfast Club?
rated R
It is
for?
rated R. I
Is
thought.
it really?
I
For
could've
what?
sworn.
You remember the first time PG-13 came out? Like I remember
Yes.
the movie that caused it.
Really?
Do you?
No.
I'm on the record saying this is not a bit. This is live. We're just talking. I'm pretty sure it was Gremlins. Because
Wow.
Gremlins, if you remember when that
First
movie came out,
PG-13 movie.
well, Gremlins came out and it was really a scary movie, and like kids all thought it was like a little, teddy bear movie, and then you go there and it was scary.
Freaked out little
Fucking
kids.
scared the shit out of a bunch of people, so they came out with a new rating,
Oh.
PG-13. Like,
So
hey, it's
interesting.
PG,
No
but
way.
it's a little bit, edgy.
So Breakfast Club is rated R because he says the F word.
Yes.
Strong
He
language
does.
and drug use.
And drug use.
And
And,
drug
that's
use,
it.
yeah.
There's no nudity.
Yeah, they smoke
But
weed.
they didn't have PG-13 at the time because
Right.
in
He
PG-13
said, "Fuck
rules
you."
you could say the F word once.
Really?
And that's it.
Tom was wrong.
What? Red Dawn? Really?
PG-13.
Gremlins wasn't part of it? No, that was the first one. I'm pretty sure Gremlins is what caused it. I think Gremlins was rated PG.
Oh, I got
and then they were like, dude, we have to do something different because this isn't a PG movie because it's scaring the shit out of kids. We
When
should
did
be
you-
at least 13.
See the Reddit thing?
I don't
where
know, man. Maybe Chad will correct me on this. I'm pretty sure that's how it went down, though. Gremlins was... Are you looking it up?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
that's
weird
really
because
interesting.
Gremlins was a related search. So
There it is right there.
something to it.
Gremlins was so intense that it led to PG-13. There
Wow.
you go. Tom
Dang,
McDermott.
Tom.
That's why he's a
Dude, you
locomotive.
You can type anything in the
He
freaking
lived
search
through
term,
that.
though. You're like,
It's true.
I think my boogers taste like strawberries. You type it in there, and yes,
gets
your boogers.
confirmation.
If you take this vitamin, your boogers taste like strawberries. Like, type it in, see what it says.
It'll
Like,
connect
no.
you with
that
other
would
people
confirm
with
my
similar
freaking theory,
points.
dude. You could type
Yes,
in
they do
stupid
taste
shit
like
in.
strawberries.
Yeah, why do my
All right,
boogers
I'm
taste like strawberries?
How do you test
Google
that out,
right
though?
now.
It
Who's
tastes
testing that?
subjective.
Who's going to prove that?
If this comes out and says, yes, your boogers do taste like strawberries, it proves my point.
Having a sweet taste phlegm could indicate several things, such as high blood sugar levels.
See?
Diabetes.
Anything works. You see? Yes, see, honey, I told you my boogers taste like
Thank
strawberries.
you, the
That's why I
internet.
eat them.
Tom's like, I've been saying that for years. It's been proven correct.
That's why you listen to Lockpod.
That's right. Medium quality entertainment.
But then again, this Reddit thread I'm reading was created by Tom McD69.
Yeah.
So I think you started it.
Dude, we have to get that on the wall. Medium quality,
like a
entertainment.
neon.
Yeah, like a big.
Rick
that's like-
Baltonsberger, start working on
See,
it.
the Midwest Most Dangerous Podcast stuck.
Yes.
Medium quality entertainment. That is a good one, man.
Which is kind of like PG-13 as well.
Yeah, it was just
like
like we're
medium
not
quality.
that good. We're good. We're not that good.
How do you feel about that, Lindsay? Coming up with the
It's
latest. You
I'm
created
really
it.
good about.
Yeah, Lindsay did do
Yeah.
that
Yes.
medium quality.
I'm just a treasure trove.
You did. That was a
genius.
good one, man. Because as soon as you said it, we were like, oh, that's the name of the show for
Oh,
sure
yeah.
today.
As my wife says, Lindsay's her favorite on the show.
I am everyone's favorite.
You're not my favorite.
I am everyone's favorite, but you guys.
I'm
It's
my.
just because you're jealous.
I am my favorite.
Lindsay likes Lindsay the best, or I'm sorry, Jana likes Lindsay the best because she loves
keeps
the
it real.
interplay between her and her dad.
Yes.
And how she
Oh well,
gives
as
it
a
to her.
psychologist, she's just like, yeah, there's a lot. Here.
I love
That's
this. I mean,
There's a
this
lot
is
to
like,
dig
Holy
through.
shit. Jana's like taking notes, listening to Lockpod. Like, I'm so interested in this dynamic. It's crazy.
that's what she tells me, at least. I have no idea what,
Hey,
I'm
Liz,
sure that's true.
we're getting a new family member.
Oh,
I heard.
I'm not
Great.
talking about.
wow, you don't
I'm
sound
not
too
talking
happy about that,
I'm not
Lindsay.
talking about the puppy. Okay,
Oh.
I'm talking about we're getting a new family
Yes,
member.
we're getting multiple new family members.
Tommy
At
asked
first she was
Maureen-
like kind of like bummed
She
out
thought it was
about
about the dog.
Oh,
No, I was talking about Maureen. We're when given the choice about my future new daughter-in-law or my future new puppy, I'm going with daughter-in-law every time.
All
I
right.
understand. You were talking about the dog before we started, so I thought that's what we were going to jump off on.
I know.
Great picture.
I threw you a curveball.
Look at this.
That's
That is what you call a happy couple.
Tommy and Maureen are like
They've been dating longer than Brian and I've been together.
they
Wow.
were together in was it freshman year of high school then?
Sophomore year.
Sophomore.
And
and
they're well past college.
They were married like instantly. I'm not even shitting. That was like a married couple.
Definitely a
from the
high
get.
school sweetheart romance.
And then they get to college, and Tommy goes to IU, Maureen goes to DePaul. Okay, so like this is a testing point for a lot
Sure.
of high school couples. Like
You don't make
I
it
just
to
assume you're
college.
not going to make it.
Yeah, especially if you're
It's
doing
like, why are you
colleges,
even trying?
meet
It's-
different people, do different things.
Why are you even trying, right?
Mhm.
Well, Tommy went down to IU Bloomington, which has its share of good-looking women,
Options.
right? And Maureen went to DePaul, which has its share of
Options.
yes,
Mm-hmm.
and they still stayed together the whole time through high school. Through high school and then through college. They made it all through 4 years. They
Great
were like
couple.
together every summer, and then as soon as Tommy graduated and as soon as Maureen graduated, they got a place in Chicago, moved in together, and they've lived together for over a year now. And now Tommy asked Maureen to marry him this weekend.
Congratulations.
So, wow,
That's awesome.
My freaking family is like totally
it's
like
exploding.
firming up now.
Yes. Now all
Lindsay,
you need
you
is a couple
started it.
grandkids, Lindsay.
Yes. What the fuck, by the way?
Whoa.
Like I got no. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Start cranking them out.
Let me get
Brian,
my-
what's up?
Do you know how much
Jesus
fun?
Christ.
Do you know how much fun a Lindsay pregnancy would be on Lockpod?
Oh.
Yes.
This would be
Whole
great.
season dedicated.
Yes.
I don't-
12
Whole-
seasons.
We
Oh,
could be in
that's-
the labor room.
You pick this season,
No.
Lindsay. Season 14.
like Vesmar with the camera.
Yeah.
I don't
Look at
want
that
any
belly.
of you guys near my pregnancies. I'm
That's
gonna
gonna
actually
be a-
take a break from you guys.
No
for
way.
A couple years.
We are.
No.
We're gonna
We
live it
can't.
with you.
We cannot. It's not. What the fuck are we gonna do?
So, Tom, did you know the proposal was
Yes.
forthcoming?
Yeah,
Mhm.
Tommy's
Ah.
like me about secrets. He's
Well,
really
but
bad,
also
really bad
Marissa
at
was like
secrets.
every time I ran into her for like the week leading up to it, she said, "Tommy bought a ring," and I'm like, "I know."
Oh,
you told me.
she knew.
No, Tommy told all of us.
Oh,
that he bought a ring.
oh.
But like, and then Tommy told her. And Tommy told Maureen he bought a ring.
No.
That's
Come
how, like
on.
that's how I am with Christmas presents.
Yeah.
Like if I get a Christmas present, it's like December 10th. I'm
Oh
like,
yeah.
where am I going to keep this for 2 weeks? It's so stupid. And then I
Dad
just
would
like
always give Marissa her Mother's Day gifts like 5 days early because he bought it and
'Cause
was
they're
so
awesome.
excited about
Yeah.
I
it.
know they're awesome, and I want to like give it to him.
Jana's sister's the same way. Cannot not give a present.
Right.
Like, has to give a present like in early December.
Yes, that's how Tommy.
I'm
is.
like, what
Tommy.
is
Tommy
going
got that
on
from
here?
his dad.
Did he? All right.
So Tommy, as soon as he got the ring, he told Maureen, "I got a ring." And she's like, so like, and then one day Tommy's like, "You want to go to the pumpkin patch?" she's like, I wonder why we're going to the pumpkin patch. You know,
On a
so-
horse-drawn carriage.
Yeah, right.
It's like just another
Tommy's
date.
so funny. So anyway, I got a new daughter.
Congratulations to Tommy and Maureen.
I'm not sure it's a quick turnaround for the wedding though. I think
It's
they're
okay.
talking about like a long engagement.
All
It's
right.
fine.
Yeah, no,
cool.
I agree.
It's
It works.
expensive.
Hell yeah, it's
It's a lot
expensive.
of
Give me a
work.
freaking chance to recover.
Give you a
here.
break. You just
I'm
had
still
a
recovering
wedding.
from Lindsay's damn wedding, and then Chase gets married, and then like
I mean,
Yeah.
I think the pressure's on the McDermott kids. Like, let's have some grandkids. For
Chris and I were talking
about.
about this.
Jeez, chill, guys.
No, Linz.
Yeah.
No, Linz. Think about
Need
this.
Lindsay
though.
Cam.
Like Marissa and I were talking about a baby explosion in our family, and you're part of that explosion. So get to work. So like, this is what we're thinking. Like,
Why are the babies exploding?
no, not literally. We got Lindsay. You get pregnant real soon here, okay? And then Chase and Eileen, they get pregnant real soon here. And then maybe Tommy and Maureen crank one out accidentally, like, but they're already engaged, so like it's no big deal.
You know, I
and
remember-
then all the kids are growing up at the same time, right?
What about Patrick?
Ooh.
Well, I'll wait 2 years for Tommy and Maureen.
Okay.
So for them to actually get married. Patrick, he should crank one out pretty soon.
Whoa.
Because then all the cousins would be like the same age. So
Be cute.
I realize it's controversial because Patrick's a freshman in college still and with no girlfriend.
Tom's
but like,
encouraging this.
yeah, I encourage Patrick, the first time
Okay.
to
Yes.
That's true baby
to-
child energy. He's like, no. But I do
I want to be a
remember
grandpa.
on
Yeah,
the-
I keep getting dogs and cars.
Okay.
Oh.
Well, those are pretty good, right?
Speaking
Dogs
of,
and
let's
cars.
see what you got.
Yeah, let's see
Let's
here.
see this.
Did you? I cut
Well,
you
no,
off.
I was gonna say
Oh,
I
sorry,
remember in
Lance.
like the first two seasons that you were talking about like who was likely to get pregnant first, and you were like, I think Tommy's gonna knock up Maureen. I was like, what are you
Hasn't
I think
talking
happened
that's
about?
still
yet.
I think that's
You're
still
still
the
going
wise
with that?
man. I don't know. I got
Is it knocking up if they're engaged? No.
no. Who's the first one that's gonna have a kid?
I'm going with
I could
Lindsay.
see.
No, I'm not.
I think Chase and Eileen are respectfully waiting for whenever I get a kid out before they
This
start
is
trying.
what I'm talking about. This little.
This is the problem.
It's a logjam. Like somebody just needs to have the first kid, and then there's gonna be a whole bunch of them.
Nah.
This
I
is
think
what I'm
you're right
talking
about that.
This is what I'm talking about.
I
It's
think
like
you're right about that.
They're all waiting for you, Linz.
No, they're not.
Brian, where are
Lindsay.
you?
They
Let's
can
call
go
Brian
ahead
up.
and get,
Yeah, get
please
Brian-
do not call
Get
my
Brian in
husband.
chat,
Can we
please.
do a
Do
quick
not
speakerphone thing with Brian?
Brian,
Please do not.
You're
call my
live on
husband.
live.
this baby explosion. That
Do not call him.
Hey, Brian, what's the delay?
What the hell is going on, Brian? Why am I still not a grandpa?
She said, "Please don't call
Yeah,
Brian."
see,
Like
see,
you would
Lindsay?
actually do
See
it.
how it
He's
is?
had a rough couple of days.
She's texting Brian right now. Do not,
Do not answer the
answer
phone,
if
yeah.
Tom calls you.
Right.
Anyway,
But
Well-
we are getting a new family member also, besides Maureen. Maureen's been like a family member. Let's be honest.
know.
We've been
I
with
love
Maureen
her.
for like we all know her perfect. But we're getting that's MJ, our new puppy.
Look at this guy.
oh,
MJ, isn't that cool?
Is that a girl or a boy?
It's a boy.
Look at that guy.
Max
He's cute.
Jr.
Very cute.
Max Jr.
I said, is he
We're-
like Max? And
No,
Marissa
we keep
said,
recycling
a lot
all of our
different.
traditional names. We
Yeah.
have Max, Teddy, and Lucy.
so
and
this
then
is
Max
Jr.
Jr. This
We
is
already got
MJ.
Teddy Jr.
But MJ is so interchangeable because Marissa's middle initial is J,
Oh,
so it's
there you
Marissa
go.
Jill.
I like that.
It could be MJ, could stand for
Michael Jordan.
Michael Jackson. Like if I was like,
Oh.
if I'm campaigning in Gary, I bring
Look
the
at
dog
that
with
picture.
me.
Look at
I'm
that
like,
guy.
yeah, MJ after Michael Jackson. Everybody in Gary's like, he's named his dog after Michael Jackson. If I'm hanging out with potheads, I could be like MJ from marijuana, and the potheads are like, he named his dog after marijuana.
I think you just say MJ and let everybody decide what they like.
Thank you.
And then you say,
A lot of
'cause
people
they'll
just
say,
assume it's
did
Michael
you
Jordan.
do that for marijuana? Yep.
Yep.
Did you do that for Marissa?
Yes.
Yep. Did you do that for Michael Jordan?
Uh-huh.
See?
I know.
It works.
But
Isn't
did
it
you
smart?
truly do it for Max?
Yes, Max Jr.
I like that.
I
It's
love
cute.
Max.
Max
That's
is
why.
great.
That's why we did it.
Look at how cute this guy is.
very cute.
So wait,
The
Tom,
fur is-
how? What is the breed?
It's a Cavalier King,
King
Charles Spaniel.
That is a long
They're
name.
like, this
Wow.
is going to be Marissa's baby.
King
That's my
Cavalier
prediction.
Spaniel.
They're
Now-
literally made to like sit on your lap.
Is she going to take it with her to work? Like, is it going to?
She's
going to
be the judge. I know. She's saying this dog is going to be treated like the rest of the dogs. That's what Marissa's saying right now. I don't
find that
believe,
hard
I
to
don't believe
believe.
it. I don't believe a bit
No.
of it.
Like, I don't see the.
I'm
dog.
like, this dog's going to be in our bed, right? She's like, no, this dog is not going to be in our bed. Mark my
like,
words
I don't
right
see this
now.
dog like in the like glassed off area. Like
No.
like
Looking
running
to
out.
come in.
Yeah, that's right.
Like TJ, like wanting to come in all the time. That dog is going to be like on Marissa's lap.
Marissa's already looking for one of those purses. That
Oh, yeah.
I'm just gonna
like
get
a
one
Louis
for her.
Vuitton, like dog purse.
So if you see your circuit court judge like 6 months from now, like petting the dog when she's giving you the life penalty, she doesn't even give the life penalty, but now that she has the dog,
That's right. I find against you.
you're like, you're not a criminal judge. You can't give life penalty.
Oh, have you
Yeah,
seen this
but-
dog?
Life in prison.
Have you
But
seen my
MJ
dog?
says life in prison.
That's right.
I
So
don't
wait,
know if Rissa likes this,
how-
this segment or not.
how big does this dog get? Because right now it looks very
Small.
tiny.
That dog is tiny. Like it fit in your hand. It'll only get
Here,
like 15
John,
pounds.
go ahead and
See,
Google
I'm not
a
a-
King Cavalier Spaniel.
Yeah, they're
So I
Grown
haven't
one.
come around to the small dog thing yet. Like Jana's like, maybe the next dog we get will be a small dog. I'm like,
That's
I
where we
don't know.
went.
And I'm not there.
Whoa.
That's where we went.
I'm not there.
I'll be honest with you. You're gonna love this dog we get.
Oh, I'm not saying I won't love it. I'm just saying I'm still like,
I'm
I want
telling
to
you.
get another
It's
big
No, I
the
dog.
agree.
Lady and the Tramp dog.
Yeah.
Yes.
This dog is made like they're also super calm, which for Marissa and I that was key. Swimmer.
Max wasn't.
Swimmer. No, Max was a panda.
Max
Swimmer.
was an
Max was
asshole.
not super
He
calm.
was
Max
a dick.
hated
He
everybody.
was a dick. Yeah.
He hated everybody but Marissa. and
If Max
Chase.
was a friend of mine, I would never hang out with that friend. You can say it now because Max is dead a long
Poor
time ago.
Max.
Oh, you
Max
should do
like
it,
Chase
Sarah.
Max
All
lived
right.
a
and
long
Lindsay.
time.
Chase and Lindsay. That's it.
No, Chase and Marissa. He did
Yeah,
not
I'm
like
sorry.
me.
No, I'm
He
sorry.
hated
Chase
me.
and Marissa, you're
I
right.
loved him.
And then when everybody was out of the house and I was the only one there, Max would be looking at me like, fuck. And then he'd hang out with me too, but you could tell he was
He
not
didn't like
happy.
it.
You could tell. He would like show it. I'm like,
He
fuck
did
you,
it
Max.
against his
These are-
will.
these
He's
are
like,
cute
oh my
dogs.
God, I'm stuck with this dude.
So what is that? Like, I don't know, 15 pounds, 20 pounds, 10 pounds?
They're super small, super chill. People carry them. They're
All right.
really, they're hikers, they're runners, they're like
Wow.
low, like they're not, it's supposed to be
Do they
like
swim?
really
Because
low
you guys have the pool.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they swim
Big
too. All
swimmers,
right.
yeah.
Nice.
So
Cool.
I'm excited.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
2 new family
MJ.
members.
Yeah, coming
are
in
happening.
Thanksgiving.
The McDermott family's growing.
Hey, by the
by
way,
leaps and bounds.
Indianapolis is getting ready for our concert.
Oh, yeah. Look at that, John.
Yep.
Are we ready or
Look
what?
at W.
That
Marriott.
Indeed.
JW Marriott's got a
Like, I am.
20-story tall Taylor Swift on the
We're
side
10
of it.
days away.
I
Like,
know.
this is not like
I know.
in the huge
She's
distant
in.
future.
She's in the part of the tour right now, and she just did her last rain show in Miami, and she said to this, it was pouring rain the whole show, and she said, "This is the last show I'm going to get rained on." And
she's going to
everybody's like,
stadiums?
"Why?" She's all stadiums from here on out, so it's all indoor from here on out. So
It's pretty amazing, John.
Can't wait.
10 days. We're going to be vlogging and like potentially live streaming for the podcast. Definitely doing some great work on the podcast
Yeah.
for, to show and
For
talk
all our
about our
fans.
experience. Yeah.
I still got to order my shirt, my T Swift shirt.
Oh, yeah, you do.
Are you
I
guys
got
ready?
too.
I have.
Yeah.
I don't have
we need-
anything yet.
Let's do that through
Steve.
Lockbot.
Yeah,
Hey,
for
like-
sure.
Yeah. Without
Which
a
one?
doubt.
Just get me the tour shirt, extra large, Steve. The tour shirt, the one with all the pictures on it of the different eras. But like, we need
The
to
Trump
get that
era
moving.
shirt. Should I get that
Well,
one?
you got to get.
No,
whatever
you're
you gotta
getting-
do.
I thought
By
you were
the
getting
way,
the Ryan
this
Adams
is a real
one.
thing, man. This is a
Yeah.
real thing, guys. We have to. We can't be dressed like a freaking douche when we go to this.
No, no.
Agreed.
right?
Her dad's taking this way too seriously.
No,
No, I'm not going. I'm
He's like, you
thinking
can't
this
be
out.
like messing up around here,
This is
bro.
it. This is
Yeah,
my
that's
shirt.
the one John
right
Let me
here.
wants.
Okay.
It's
That's the
Ryan
Ryan
Adams
Adams.
covering 1989.
Okay. Good.
Sure.
There you go. What are you
Yeah.
wearing, Kevin?
I don't know. I need
Suit
to,
and tie?
Someone needs, someone needs to get me.
I'm in my uptight era.
I might be late. I got something like
always in that era.
depositions.
I'm in the uptight era
Again.
That would be so funny, dude. And it's close to Halloween. We should
I
have
am
fun
not
with
wearing
that.
a suit.
I'm in the uptight era.
I want to be relaxed. I want to enjoy myself.
What's your shirt, Tom?
I don't even know.
He wanted the one with all the eras on it. I just want
Yeah, the one with it's the white one. It has a bunch of like.
Steve, pick one out for me and
It's
don't
a-
embarrass
Right
me.
here.
Which one?
Yeah, this one right here.
Yes,
Right?
that's the one.
Oh,
That's
that's
the one I want. That's the
awesome. A
one.
little
I
bit
know.
vintage.
Yeah, I like that one. Good
Very
job. You
cool.
pulled it right up.
Yeah.
So
Steve, let's go.
Get
Can
on
you
it.
see that?
Get on it, Lockpot.
Can Steve see the shirts to buy them, or is his eyes
He's
still?
watching. He's watching.
No, but his eyes
With
are.
one eye.
I'm gonna be. I'm
His
hanging
depth
with Steve.
perception is off. but
I'm
he can
hanging
see.
with Steve this weekend, and he's driving. Okay, how about
Oh,
that?
what?
Yeah.
Gosh.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna have car on drive actually.
Yeah, probably a smart idea.
All right, let's move on to the next segment,
Uptight
which
era.
is
That's
labeled.
what chat says.
I'm in
Kevin.
my uptight era.
Just sitting here trying to figure
That's
out
got
what
to be the
t-shirt.
title of the show.
gotta
It's in the
be.
running.
I'm
I'm
just-
in my uptight
Just
era.
trying to get my T-shirt for the show.
That would be so funny. You wear a suit
I'm
and tie
not.
because everybody would be looking at you, and you could say that all night.
No,
I'm
I'd
in
be-
my uptight era,
I would
and
look
they'd be
really
like, "Oh my
creepy.
god!"
That'd be really creepy.
It would be so funny though.
I'm not doing
If
it.
you had
Hold
a
on.
sign on your back,
There's Taylor Swift ties.
Oh.
We have to get him a Taylor's.
There you go.
I'm not getting that.
You would look great, Kevin.
I'm wearing a T-shirt.
All right, let's move on to the next segment.
All right, this was something crazy.
Properly labeled KKK candles.
Well,
All right.
yeah, this is crazy. So Bed Bath & Beyond marketed this candle, which is actually called Snowed In. The Snowed In candle.
I'm a
However,
candle person. Are you?
there was
Lindsay.
a little problem with these candles. Let's see what Lindsay thinks of these. Lindsay, look at this.
I didn't see this until you guys pointed it out.
What does that look like to you?
Oh,
snowflake?
Well, I gave it away.
Or
Oh, yeah.
I gave it away.
I can
KKK.
kind of see. I can see the.
I didn't think about it when I first saw it. So you know how like Bed Bath and Beyond, when they sell things, they have like little craft people that like do like little craft, like what do they call those? Where they cut
Paper
holes in
mache.
it.
Sure.
Paper mache. Thank you, John.
Right.
And then they cut holes in it, and it makes it look real pretty. It's like a little flower, and then they put the candle inside the
I think
paper
that
mache.
was the intention.
Yeah,
there.
for sure.
But I don't think I've ever put any precise dots into.
Yeah.
It's
Like-
not paper mache. It's just
yeah.
What do they call that? What's that Japanese art of paper cutting?
origami.
Thank
Yeah,
you,
It's
origami.
not
call.
origami either. That's just folding.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, you're talking to a
Making
professional
swans.
craft.
Apparently, yeah. I was like, damn, Lindsay. All right. Off
We're
to the
just
craft
talking
show.
goddamn.
Well, anyway, I think it's supposed to be. It's supposed
It's not
to
origami,
be.
you
It's
asshole.
like, you idiot. That's folding.
But also,
You
isn't it
bitches.
kind of funny that like if you say it fast, it sounds like Snowden, like the guy who.
Oh yeah, like all
Ah,
kinds of stuff.
look at
So
you.
Whoa.
let me read
That's
this. This is
notorious LMP.
just a little.
I'm thinking outside the box, y'all.
Just a little bit about the candles. The candle's label, called Snowed In, was decorated with a stylized paper snowflake, but many people on social media compared it to the hoods and robes worn by Klans members. The KKK is one of the oldest and most infamous hate groups. Of course, we know that. And people were on the website saying some funny things, calling it a clandle or a clan Christmas candle with all K's, because that's like the way the KKK does things. They like to do things with all three
clandle.
K's. Some people tried ordering the candle after the controversy erupted late last week,
Oh, my God.
and the orders had been canceled. There were some candles
It does
on
look like-
eBay for $349.
It
About
does
to
look
order
like
one.
the face and the eyes.
Look at that, $325.
Let me see.
Oh, God.
Oh, you know what? That's how we ordered the vagina candle. We did the same thing.
Yeah.
You
But look
went
at
to
the
this-
upscale,
It does.
price.
It looks totally like it. It's
the
unbelievable.
price?
What's that?
$325 on
Yeah,
eBay.
I would not.
No, we're not ordering
Steve.
that. No, we are not
Yeah.
ordering
Order us a
that.
KKK
Yeah, but like
candle.
for like businesses, isn't there like multiple steps of like design
is
verification?
Yeah,
It
nobody
still
thought
went
of that.
through, right?
I'll be
It
honest
still
with
went
you,
through.
Linz.
That's crazy.
This was in the notes. I didn't even know it was in the notes. I was looking at it like, okay, this looks like a dumb story. And then I realized once you guys told me, I was like, oh,
It's crazy.
it's now I can't unsee it. Once you see it, it's like,
yeah,
holy
I'm
crap.
not like, oh, that's a snowflake.
It's
Nope.
like it looks like the hood in the eye hole of,
Of
a
a-
sheet cut over the face of a KKK member. It looks exactly like it.
So good job, Bed Bath & Beyond, by pulling it. Bad job, Bed Bath & Beyond. Or I'm sorry, Bath and Body Works.
Yeah, Bath and Body
I
Works.
don't
Now
wanna
we're going to
that
get
wrong.
sued
I
by
know.
Bed Bath and Beyond.
Not Bed Bath & Beyond. Bath and Body Works. Bad
Right.
job by letting that through your design
Yeah.
process.
Unreal.
All right, so let's do some ads. Come back. We got a lot of Donald Trump news.
You skipped a whole.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh
I did?
my
What did I
God.
skip?
I'm just surrounded by
like
amateurs.
a whole-
Smooth
Oh,
John against
yeah.
the world.
This
So
is
local. Do you want to do it after the break or?
Sure.
Okay. It's about Todd Rokita suing the Lake County Sheriff's Department.
General Rokita.
Threatens to sue. This guy is just like, and it's ramping up to election day.
Go figure.
So Todd will sue you too. So stand by. Everybody gets sued. The Hoosiers are getting
can't wait
sued
to
by
get
the
sued
Attorney
by
General.
Todd Rokita.
Fucking Attorney General
He
will
will
sue you
sue
just for
you,
talking.
too.
So election day is coming up, and then they'll drop the lawsuit day after the election's over. So.
Yes.
So if you want to get sued by Todd, continue listening to LockPod. We are the Midwest's most dangerous podcast. But we'll start off with Powering Indiana Lake County, your source for the region's most trusted electricians. Are you thinking of finishing your basement, installing outdoor security cameras, or does your business have plans to break ground on a new project? If so, don't leave important projects in the wrong hands. With IBEW Local 697 electricians, you're choosing the highest level of safety and reliability. Visit poweringindiana.org today to ensure your projects in the hands of skilled professionals who deliver on time and on budget. Find your electrical contractor at poweringindiana.org.
When you want the best for your home and family, trust the best in the business. Rogers Roofing. Rogers Roofing has transformed homes in Northwest Indiana and the Chicagoland for more than 55 years, providing quality roofing, siding, gutters, and windows, all backed by the best warranties in the industry. To learn more and schedule your free consultation, visit rogersroofing.com or call 219-933-9145 today. That's rogersroofing.com or 933-9145. And remember, at Rogers Roofing, excellence is expected every time.
MCR Partners is your one-stop destination for top-notch expertise in economic development, finance, and planning. With a dedicated team geared up to tackle your projects head-on, they're your go-to comprehensive solution providers. Dive into the world of economic development with MCR Partners and let them guide you through through the maze of opportunities. For more information, check out their website at mcrpartnersllc.com, or for tailored assistance, don't hesitate to reach out to Matt Reardon at 219-741-9511.
Misprint Printing. Elevate your
Boom.
brand with Misprint, the premier printing and sign solution in Chicago and Northwest Indiana. With a 30-year legacy of excellence, their experienced team, led by Rick Baltensberger, combines innovation and technology to deliver top-quality signs and printing, always on time and within budget. Conveniently located in Hammond and Munster, Misprint is your partner for creating impactful visual solutions. Visit them at misprintusa.com to bring your vision to life today.
Frankie V's. No need to dress up. It's a casual place. Bring the whole family. We have plenty of space. A hidden gem in Hammond. You don't have to drive far. Delicious food, great service, and yes, a full bar. Try our homemade pizza chips, Italian beef, sausage, marinara, and more. We have delicious pizza, pasta, and Italian foods galore. Don't go where they don't remember you. It's just not the same. Come to Frankie V's, where everyone really knows your name. Visit us today at thefrankieV's.com for daily specials, full menu, and hours.
Cantrell and Cantrell Attorneys at Law. Are you injured or in trouble with the law? Give Cantrell and Cantrell a call and schedule your consultation with someone who's in court and at the jail every day. Call John Cantrell at 219-554-4LAW or visit their website at bettercallcantrell.com. John and his wife, Kristen, make a great team and are waiting to hear from you.
All right. Thanks to our sponsors.
Hey, thank you to Megan Moore in chat for telling us it was Bath and Body Works with like 7 asterisks.
Yes.
For trying to save us from a lawsuit.
For every time.
For legal reasons.
Okay.
It was
That's
Bath
nice.
and Body Works.
Thank you.
The other thing that
Our
I want to
insurance
mention to you.
they're looking to drop us.
And they can't sue us because they've already gone bankrupt.
Talked to him. I
God.
talked to him
Tell us to
yesterday.
stay away. Yeah.
Talked to him
They better
yesterday.
be bankrupt, by the way, because that's
They're-
defamatory.
It is.
We're not bankrupt. Sue them again.
Our insurance agent.
Keep
sues
talking,
us.
Lockpod.
For legal reasons, that was a joke.
That's right.
Yep.
I talked to them yesterday. It was a very interesting conversation. Okay, here's
What do you
something
mean?
though from chat.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
Let's air it out on Lockpod.
No, they're just working hard for
Do
us.
they listen to us?
No.
What the fuck?
You think they would? They probably have like a intern listening
yeah.
nonstop.
That's,
Oh, that's going to increase
You know
the
what's
rate.
funny?
There goes the premium.
you know what's funny though? Because when we were talking to Todd Young's team when I was running for U.S. Senate, they had a dude that was following me. We talked to him.
Mhm.
He listened to every episode. He had to listen to every episode up to that point. They were just looking for reasons.
God, that's like
Yeah.
water torture.
Here-
I wouldn't wish
Agreed.
that on anybody.
No.
I would.
I wanna-
He was a nice kid, right?
Yeah, I liked him.
Yeah.
He was just trying to pay his bills.
Yeah.
What's he up to now?
I have no idea.
Can I
It's
read you
funny.
something about your dog that was
Sure.
in chat? This is
Yeah.
interesting.
Sure.
So I just hope Marissa's not pulling the wool over your eyes.
Yeah.
My sister has a Cavalier King Charles, and he's crazy. LOL. Lots of energy.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm a good dog dad.
Yes,
My
you
dogs,
are.
I'm really good at training dogs. I think honestly, like I don't know what it is about my voice or something. Like dogs listen to me. Kids, other people, no. Dogs, yeah, they're all over it. So
Mayor's Night Out visitors.
yeah. Rokita threatens to sue the Lake County Sheriff's Department.
This is crazy.
Todd Rokita is the most talked about politician on Lockpod. We've determined that.
Yes, we have through our
He's-
search function.
We're right here in Munster, Indiana, which is Todd's hometown. You would think that Todd loves Lockpod and Lockpod loves Todd. That's not the case. That is not the case. We don't love Todd. Todd does not love us. In fact, he has not sued us. Thank goodness.
General.
General Rokita.
Yet.
Rokita sued Gary recently. He sues East Chicago. He's a
Threatened.
I thought he did sue him.
No, they
And
he
then
said
they
if you don't repeal
he
your
sued
ordinance.
them, and then they repealed the ordinance, and then he dropped it. I thought.
Oh, I
But
thought it-
nonetheless,
whatever. Threatened or he
Nonetheless,
did, but-
this guy is quick to sue Hoosiers. Hoosier Attorney General, quick to sue fellow Hoosiers, and here's another one. Indiana Attorney General Todd Rokita is threatening to sue the Lake County Sheriff's Department for allegedly refusing to cooperate with federal immigration enforcement initiatives at the Lake County Jail. Republican, originally from Munster, said in a recent letter to Democratic Sheriff Oscar Martinez that Rokita believes the Sheriff's Department has implemented and maintains an unlawful sanctuary policy, limiting the assistance it provides to U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement. In response, The sheriff told the Times, "We are not aware of any directive designating Lake County, Indiana as a sanctuary county."
Yeah, and of course the records show that neither the Lake County Board of Commissioners, Lake County Council, the Sheriff's Department has adopted a policy designating Lake County as a sanctuary county or anything similar.
Where did he get all this information from?
It doesn't matter because he sued us.
Threatening.
Nonetheless, I'm going to sue your ass anyway, Lake County. Why? Because it's election time. There's an election coming, and I want to sue you.
Yeah.
How does that
attention.
benefit him? Just his
Because
names in the
He's
paper?
like leading the charge against illegal immigration.
How about this, guys?
Uh-huh.
If there's anything I learned from campaigning across this state, it's if you say Lake County, Indiana, in southern Indiana to a Republican, they're like, those corrupt bastards. That's generally, and anybody who went to IU or Purdue or downstate knows what I'm talking about is true. When you say I'm from the region, they think you're a crook. Okay, so now Todd Rokita goes around to his red meat base and says, "I'm suing the Lake County Sheriff." Is it legit? No, it's fucking bullshit. The Lake County Sheriff did nothing wrong. This fucking asshat Attorney General of ours wastes your money suing people, threatening to sue people instead of doing his fucking job. It's a disgrace.
He's been disciplined a couple times by the Supreme Court. I think we've gone over and over about how he has in my opinion, has politicized the Attorney General's office. He's gone down to the border, for trying. Now, of course, we know that he used campaign funds to do that. I'm not saying that he used state funds, but he's politicizing the office. I mean, he always jumps in on
state funds. He gets paid with state funds.
National lawsuits. He jumps in national issues all the time. And this is just one more, I think, kind of grandstanding. We've seen his great. What's that car he has? The
Hummer.
The Hummer with the Rokita blinking license plate.
Oh, does he?
White and blue one. We did that on Live
Yeah,
Pod.
I forgot about that.
So this is just the latest. He's going to take on the Lake County Sheriff's Department for saying that they are endorsing an unlawful sanctuary policy based on an ICE report, saying that there were 31 detainer requests that went
I'm going to ask you guys an honest question. So if I'm right, and if Todd's doing this for his base. So all the Republicans across the state are like, good job, Attorney General. You're suing Lake County Sheriff. Do you think it helps his case a little bit that the sheriff's got a Hispanic name, that Sheriff Martinez? And when you blast that in southern Indiana, it's obvious that it's Sheriff Martinez, and he's like denying ICE assistance. Do you think that's got any part of it at all?
I think it's definitely a bonus for those that want to make this into a political issue, because they're saying, oh, look, and the sheriff's got a Mexican last name.
Right, and of course he's like pro.
They're hoping that, I think they're hoping that people make that connection.
Right?
Draw your own conclusion.
Do you think if Sheriff was Oscar Jones, that it would have the same bite if it's Oscar Martinez?
Wouldn't have the same bite, but I think he would still say I'm threatening to sue the Lake County Sheriff.
Right, but it's a lot better if it's Lake County Sheriff Oscar Martinez, right?
He kind of got.
And then it's like if it's Lake County Sheriff Fred Jones, it's not the same thing, right?
His political strategist got a bonus here.
Yeah, man.
Oh, so like Martinez has some unspoken allegiance
Sure.
So like
to
you're some
undocumented.
Right.
Yes, right? Because you're some southern Indiana Republican. It's like, oh, look at the Attorney General is doing
where it's
Lake County
99% white in your county.
Right. And Lake County Sheriff Oscar Martinez, who's like,
county.
he's got to be pro illegal immigration because his name is Martinez, right? I guarantee you that's part of it.
It's a bonus.
Fucking because Lake County Sheriff did nothing fucking wrong. That's the bottom line. And we got an Attorney General punk bully that's using your money, Hoosiers, to sue people. It's like, and nobody's calling him out. If I do that shit in Lake County, I know what would happen to me. That's why I conduct myself accordingly. But if you're a Republican in Indiana, you could get away with freaking murder, man.
Records show that I'm sorry, John.
I was just going to quote Martinez. We are not aware of any directive designating Lake County as a sanctuary county. So is this completely made up?
Yes.
By Rokita?
John?
Wow.
I follow this issue closely because we were getting sweated in Hammond to do this, and we didn't do it and didn't get sued, by the way, okay? The only designations in Lake County of back me up on this, Kevin. It wasn't a sanctuary city. They called it. They dressed it differently. They called it Welcoming City Ordinance, right? It was a sanctuary city light, like what they passed in Chicago. This was a watered down version. East Chicago passed it. Gary passed it. So it's only two cities. Fucking Lake County Sheriff did nothing like that. Lake County Commissioner, Lake County Council, nobody did that. It was two entities, and he threatened to sue them, and they dropped their lawsuits.
And Rokita asserted that the Welcoming City Ordinance were equivalent to sanctuary city policies, even though prior litigation supported by Rokita's office failed to prevail on that claim. And the other thing that's interesting is he's also attempting to sue the Monroe County Sheriff's Department in Bloomington.
Another Democratic area.
And also sent a similar letter to the St. Joseph County Sheriff's Department.
Another Democratic area.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's politics. This guy's
Damn.
playing politics
Yep.
with taxpayer money, and nobody says shit because
Well, we'll see what happens. Destiny.
Rokita.
Rokita. You know what? A weird weekend, by the way. And I saw a TikTok. It was hilarious. This TikTok said, before this weekend, I wasn't going to vote for Donald Trump. But since he started talking about how big Arnold Palmer's dick was, and then he faked a job at McDonald's, I'm on the Trump train now. It was so true. It's like, this guy's running for United States president. And in a speech, he's talking about the size of Arnold Palmer's. Like, are you serious?
Junk.
Are you serious? This
It
is
was
a guy
very,
running for.
very bizarre.
He's talking. Now that was a man
I think
when
we
he
have
took off his pants. Yeah. What
We got
Could
here,
you play
John.
it?
Right from Newsmax.
But Arnold Palmer was all man, and I say that in all due respect to women, and I love women. But this
Weird.
this is a guy that was all man. This man was strong and tough, and I refuse to say it, but when he took showers with the other pros, they came out of there, they said, oh my God. That's unbelievable. I had to say it.
Holy shit.
What a freak.
Dude, I've said some stupid shit on Lockpad over the years, right? I've said some stupid shit on Lockpad. What the fuck is this?
It's bizarre. This man
You're
is
like
at a
running for
rally
president.
15 days away from running for president, and this is the policy
This
position he's
kid's an-
taking.
I mean, what the fuck is this?
You got the crowd laughing.
I don't get
Well,
it,
sure.
man.
It's like because they
That's total
they don't have a
locker
choice.
room.
They don't have a choice, John. It's like
It is
crowd.
locker
It's
room
like
talk.
crowd.
That's the kind of stuff I've heard men say.
Of course.
And it's like,
Of course.
you laugh your ass off and you're like, this is a speech.
Yeah.
You're running for president. You're in front of thousands of people. Millions of people are listening. And this is what you talk about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Arnold Palmer's dick?
I've never heard that.
Like, what the I don't get it.
I don't get it either. And like it's all like I mean, you know how like crowd think is. Of course, they're all like one person laughs. Oh, I better laugh. I need
Right.
to laugh. I better laugh. Right.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Maybe I'm just jealous. Nobody ever said that about
I was
my
going to
junk.
say me neither. I never heard
They're
a
like, that
story
Mayor
like,
Tom, peanut dick. Big time. Peanut package.
Wow.
Wow, Lens.
I
You like that,
What's the
Lindsay?
matter?
nope. I'm gonna
What's the matter,
just log
Lance?
right back out again.
It was
Sorry.
potent enough to create you and 3 others.
Oh,
So.
jeez.
Oh my God, Lindsay.
Lindsay,
There goes the pregnancy.
no wonder she has no
I
kids.
want to be a childless cat lady just to spite him.
Just to spite him.
All right. Let's we got what's this other thing with Trumper?
Oh, there's a couple things. This was kind of weird. He, I found this online. He was in Detroit. There was a problem with the microphone. He literally just stood on stage for 16 minutes and just kind of like wandered around. Like I think he was enjoying the crowd. They were cheering for him, but it was like 16 minutes of him just
That doesn't seem
wandering
safe, though.
around the crowd. Right,
This
I agree.
guy's been
That's a
fired
good
at.
point.
Let me
Look
just
at-
jump around here.
Yeah.
Oh, this is an actual 16-minute
Yeah.
clip.
He's just
That's 16
it's
minutes.
16 minutes
skim.
of wandering around the stage.
Wow.
Just wandering. And
He's like Alzheimer's patient that wanders.
it's so weird.
We got to put a bracelet on.
By the way, do me a favor, click on that real quick. Is
Click
that
on
a
what?
priest right behind him with a MAGA hat on? Tell me that's not. That guy, go left.
We
Oh, wait,
can't-
you're left.
No, I see
No,
that. Yeah,
other
I
way.
see it.
Go.
Oh, other way.
Yeah.
Right here?
Well,
no,
you know,
one more over.
some
One more
people-
over.
Oh,
No,
one more.
wrong way.
There you go.
Oh, my God, it is.
Some people
Dude.
wear
He's got the
wear a
collar.
Roman collar that aren't priests, though. I'd be
A
shocked if
deacon
that's a
wears
priest.
a Roman collar.
And some people from other religions
Dude.
wear those too.
I hope that's not a Catholic priest with a stupid MAGA hat on.
No, you shouldn't be doing that if he is, but
Jeez, oh Pete.
I don't think the bishop would like to see that.
P.
Yeah.
And I love women.
Oh God, that was so weird. So weird. I bet
when he showered with other
Melania
men,
loves that.
They had respect for him and his huge penis.
What's this next one?
Let me see. Oh, this was kind of funny. This is kind of weird but funny. There's a kid asking questions to Trump on a Fox News show.
All right, here we go.
What's your favorite farm animal?
So pause it. John.
Favorite
He asked,
farm animal.
Oh.
What's that?
A kid. I don't know if you could hear it, but the kid says to the former president, "What's your favorite farm animal?"
Mine's a cow.
Why does this guy come up with the city?
I'll tell you what I love. I love cows.
Oh.
But if we go with Kamala, you won't have any cows anymore because you're not allowed. I don't want to ruin this kid's day. But I love cows. I think they're so cute and so beautiful and so protective. But according to Kamala, who's a radical left lunatic, you will not have any cows anymore.
There you go.
There they are. Nervous laughter.
What the fuck?
It's so bizarre. And he won't say her name correctly. It's like...
I know. It's like... Ugh.
What did he say? How did he pronounce it?
Kamala.
It's
That's
Kamala?
Kamala.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
But like
John,
he
it's
knows
Kamala.
that. Everybody knows it. But like
I
Kamala,
didn't, to be
it's
honest.
stupid. Like that's a stupid argument. The whole thing is stupid. Like it's not the most common name in the world either, by the way. But if she becomes president of the United States, it will become a very common name.
Yeah.
Because she'll be the president of the United States. There's one more thing, and we have Jim Wieser coming in a couple minutes. Jim Wieser is Lake County chairman, along with Tom Schmitt, who's the chairman of the Schererville Democrats. One of the things Kevin is pretty much an expert on election law in the state of Indiana. This to me, so Elon Musk, who is everybody's favorite multi-billionaire, is donating hundreds of millions of dollars to Donald Trump's campaign. And Elon Musk is taking a new tack to try to encourage people in swing states to register to vote. And he is doing a daily $1 million prize up until election day. $1 million for registered voters in these swing states.
As long as you sign a petition to support the First and Second Amendments of the Constitution, which of course guarantee free speech and free right to bear arms, among other things. In order to win the money, petitioners have to be a registered voter from one of the following battleground states: Pennsylvania, Georgia, Nevada, Arizona, Michigan, Wisconsin, and North Carolina.
And that's how he's doing it, right?
That's
It's
how he
not
thinks
here's
he's
$1
doing it.
million to
It's
vote.
not about a candidate. It's about an issue.
So I know two examples in Lake County. They were, interestingly enough, they're both Republican issues, and or they came up as Republican issues. Most recently, there was a precinct race between two people in St. John. One of the guys was like, "Vote for me," and was giving out free ice cream.
Yep.
But he wasn't like vote. It was like, hey, vote for Tom McDermott or vote for Kevin
And there's
Smith.
an ice
and there
cream
happened
truck
to be an
there.
ice cream truck right there with his sign on it.
Right.
And that was determined to be like, you can't do that, right? And then the other...
The election board came down against him
Yeah.
and said you cannot give away free ice cream and have voting at the same time.
because it looks like you're buying
giving
your
ice
vote or
cream
you're
for vote.
rewarding somebody for
Right.
their vote, right?
Right.
And then there was also in St. John a couple years ago a restaurant who I think was given like a discount. They're like, if you come in and show you voted, we'll give you a discount just to encourage voting, right?
Right.
And nice people, they didn't know, and we had to stop that too.
Oh,
So you
no way.
slam them.
That's stupid.
We fined him $1
Fuck
million.
you, Kevin.
Yes.
Like, aren't we supposed to encourage? Like, voting?
I'm all
We
for
fucking shut
encouraging
them
voting.
down, Lindy. But fucking little business.
They don't exist anymore. No, they
Kevin
still
pulled
do.
a
It's
Rokita.
It's a very
We sued their ass until they gave up.
they gave in. No, they were very nice folks, and they still have a very good business out in St. John. So, but they just didn't know. So this is right on the. To me, this is like approaching the edge. I'm sure he probably vetted it through attorneys. I
Yeah,
hope
of
he did.
course
he did.
But
Of course, yeah.
it's close. I mean, I think it's at least arguable.
That's why. But like going back to John, if he said, "If I'll give you $1 million if you pledge your support to Donald Trump,"
Oh,
that's
yeah,
definitely
can't
over.
do- yeah,
right.
that's ridiculous.
But if you support the First and Second Amendment, I mean, I guess
It's
whatever.
probably up to the edge and not over. And or if he said, "I'll give you $1 million to
Edging.
prove that you voted in one of these states" or something like that, you can't do
Right.
that either. So, I'd say he's probably okay. But
I
this
feel
is a weird
discriminated
thing.
against as a Hoosier.
Yeah, like what about
I
me?
support the First and the Second Amendment, and I'm a Hoosier. Why the fuck can't I?
We're
win
not
$1
a
million?
battleground state.
But like, that's not my fault.
over, man.
Do I have to change residence.
You
Like-
might.
Okay.
That's not
so
fair.
how does that turn? How does them signing that petition turn into them voting? That's what I want to know.
I think that's why, John. I think he's probably safe. You know.
I know, but then why do it at all?
Good
Because
point.
they're more likely to go out and
I
vote
guess
after
maybe
signing it?
right, and I think that's the argument that people would make to say he's violating, right? Because this encourages voting, or this
Yeah.
encourages
Okay.
you to get involved. So it's interesting. We'll see what
Elon.
happens. Good thing for him, he's got a lot of money to pay
Yeah.
for any defense.
And when Trump gets in, if he gets in, Trump just won't fill the election board, the election
That's right.
commission
He'll do like he did
to have
last time.
a quorum.
Yep.
So Elon will be good, even if he did
He'll
do
be
anything.
fine. I think Elon's going to be fine.
I think
All right,
so,
we're gonna do some ads. Tom's going to go get the chairman of the Lake County Democratic Party and the chairman of the Schererville Democratic Party, and we're going to have them in and talk.
All right, cool.
Here we go.
Let's start off with Calumet Brewing. Michelob Ultra is a superior light beer brewed for those who understand that it's only worth it if you enjoy it. Containing only 95 calories and 2.6 carbs, Michelob Ultra is a light lager brewed with the perfect balance of hops and wholesome grains, producing a crisp, refreshing finish. With Michelob Ultra, there's no better time to crank open a cold one. Head over to CalBrew or Michelob Ultra social media for more info on this great family of beers. Enjoy the Michelob Ultra lifestyle with beers, and cheers responsibly.
Tortillas Nuevo Leon is the gold standard for Mexican cuisine across the Midwest. Look for Tortilla Nuevo Leon's popular red and white label at your local grocery store and enjoy quality Mexican products made with local expertise.
Tortillas Nuevo León, hechas con amor, para ti y tu familia de todo corazón. Tortillas Nuevo León, hechas con amor, para ti y tu familia de todo corazón.
For decades, the Ron J. Pressmer Insurance Agency has been located right on Indianapolis Boulevard, serving all your insurance needs. Pressmer Agency specializes in a wide range of insurance products and services, including auto, home, business, life, and much more. Pressmer Agency serves thousands of people and businesses throughout Chicagoland and the Midwest. Call Ron or Ronnie, just like I did yesterday, at 219-844-0103. They're here to protect what matters most to you.
Don't let your business get lost in the shuffle of generic branding and aimless marketing. Trust Northwest Indiana's award-winning, full-service marketing agency, the Branding Room Floor. Providing data-driven results to help your business grow in a crowded market is their specialty. From website development and digital advertising to graphic design and branding, the Branding Room Floor will set your business and organization on a clear path to strategic success. Don't wait another day to get started. Visit thebrandingroomfloor.com today.
Kuklakis Law. Oh, thank you, John. Wow, we haven't heard that voice in a while.
Yeah.
Thank you. Do it again. Are you facing legal challenges and don't know where to turn? Look no further than Kuklakis Law, your trusted source for legal advice in Indiana and Illinois. Do you need help buying or selling real estate? Call Kuklakis Law. Forming a new business? Call Kuklakis Law. Injured in a car crash or at work? Call Kuklakis Law. No matter what your legal issue is, call 219-671-6347 to schedule your free consultation. Who are you going to call? Kuklakis Law. Plamos Espanol. Thank you to our sponsors, including our studio sponsor, Power in Indiana, Lake County.
We couldn't do it without the sponsors.
Look who just rolled in
in
that fancy shirt.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce two friends of ours, friends of the show, friends of the party. A good friend of mine, first off, the chairman. He's a town councilman in the town of Schererville. He's chairman of the Schererville Democrats. He's a good friend of mine. He's been a supporter and friend for a long, long time. Tom Schmitt, good to see you, sir.
Good morning.
And he's a lock potter.
Good morning, Mayor Tom. Good morning, Kevin.
Good morning,
One of
Councilman.
those guys that listens to every episode.
We appreciate that.
Lindsay and John.
Good morning.
And now someone who's listened to none of our episodes.
He still loves it. Yeah. But you want to introduce the chairman?
Sure.
Yeah.
The longtime chairman, second term of our Lake County Democratic Party, one of the best, if not the best, one of the best county parties in the state, Jim Wieser.
Good morning.
And also a great lawyer.
And man of the year.
Yes.
Man of the year in the Democratic Party. Congratulations, Jim.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Very, very honored by that.
So when are we going to make this award person of the year? I'm just wondering.
I don't know.
Let's start with controversy right off the bat.
I'll give you some history. We just started. We started at our former chairman Mike Troxel from the Democratic Party started that like 10 or 12 years ago.
It's a good idea.
And mainly what we did with that, we wanted to have a gathering close to the election every year.
Mm-hmm.
So we always had it in late October just to kind of rally the people in Lake County to come out for an event that's exciting. We've honored everyone, several people from Pete Viskoski to Jerry Shub all the way down the list. Even Tom
McDermott.
Right. So we're
Have it?
So it's been
right. Yeah.
so it's been a great event, and that's how it got started. And so each year, that's what we do. We try to honor a Democrat that serves Schererville. Our organization picks it. This year, it was a no-brainer. We thought Jim's been our chairman for 8 years. He lives in Schererville. His business is in Schererville.
Yep.
And we thought, what a great honor. He's in his chairmanship. I'm not speaking for Jim, but his chairmanship is up in February, and of course it'd be up to him. But and we just thought it was a great year to honor Jim. So we're real excited about it. It'll be Thursday night, and to go back to earlier.
Congratulations, Jim.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, man.
I appreciate it. Yeah. I
go
was
back
very
to
surprised by that, as a matter of fact.
Really?
Extremely surprised.
Because when you're chairman, not everybody loves the chairman. Always. I remember being chairman and how controversial it was and how it was like you were always in trouble. But
always.
Right? It's
every day.
Right. You have to make decisions.
Someone's always mad about something.
Somebody's always mad about a decision you make. In the county we live in, there's 460,000 people that live here. You're constantly making controversial decisions when you're the chair.
Yeah, you have to do it, and you have to make them. and you're going to please people some. And you're going to disappoint probably more than you please. But you always try to do what's right and what's right for the party and what's right for the community. That's just kind of how I've done it in the time I've been there.
Let me ask you a question, Jim. You've been doing this a long time. He was a town councilman in Highland. He was town councilman. He was a county councilman. What has changed most over the years, like where we are in 2024 compared to when you first started? What do you think is the biggest change?
The biggest change is social media.
Yeah, that's great.
And the demand for immediacy. You can't get a call at 3:00 on a Monday afternoon, and if you don't have the answer by the end of the day, you're toast. Yeah, I mean, and you know, Kevin, in the practice of law, it's the same thing in the practice of law. It's just this. Everybody has this desire for immediate response, because they get it in social media. They get it all the time. That, in my opinion, has been the biggest adjustment for me. I'm someone that's always been used to, oh, wait, I got this issue. I have to research it. I have to look it up. I have to do this. You don't have time for that anymore. You have to make quick decisions, oftentimes just based on your gut feeling, as opposed to something where you've sat down and analyzed it and studied it.
And in politics, it even happens quicker. It's like it just can take off on you.
Jim, could you pull that mic up a little bit more?
Oh,
I got you, Max. But
or just to your mouth, towards your mouth.
Yeah, there you go.
I
right
put it
towards
right
your
up.
mouth.
Sorry about that.
There you go. Yeah.
But
I think that's it.
Could I ask you another? Okay, so I love that answer you gave, by the way, and I think it has a lot to do with what's going on nowadays. Because when you started off, the Democratic Party where we live was dominating force. 80% of the vote, 75% of the vote, typically in the November election, right?
Right.
And nowadays, it's a lot closer. Even where we live, and we're in a Democratic part of the state, and it's a lot closer now than it used to be. Do you also attribute that erosion to social media as well?
Partly, yeah. I think it's that. I think it's the consolidation of precincts, which was really, really tough for us to have to adjust to. Where you at one time had over 500 precinct committeemen, now you have 315 or 20 committeemen. And it's a different way of having to do political business. And so I think that
it really affected cities like Gary and Hammond and East Chicago too, right?
It's well, you could tell. All you have to do is look at the early voting statistics that are coming out right now. I look at them every day and I just shake my head and say, damn, I was born and raised in Hammond, and I'm embarrassed to see. I don't mean to say that because you're the mayor.
I say that to my residents.
Yeah,
like, come on, you got to vote.
The turnout is so low, comparatively speaking.
Yes, sir.
And
like compared to Gary, you mean? I'm glad you're saying this.
Yeah,
I try to challenge my own city.
It is low compared to Gary, but compared to a Schererville or a Munster or
St. John,
Lowell, Crown
South
Point, they're killing it.
Yeah, that's interesting.
And
I'm glad you're saying that. I think actually in Hammond versus a Tri-Town. Okay, I think in Tri-Town, Tom's got established neighborhoods that people have been living there for decades. Right. My neighborhoods are more in flux usually. I have people moving in and moving out constantly. I think that might be part of the reason.
Yeah, and I think
versus when you grew up in Hammond, Jim.
Yeah.
When you grew up in Hammond, it was more like Tri-Town.
Exactly.
Right.
I was going to say the other thing is that like there are 11 spots to vote. Hammond's is in downtown Hammond. I know a lot of people in Hammond that go to Wicker Park.
Yeah.
So it's all about like finding out the numbers.
Kevin and I are weird. We actually go to the courthouse on purpose.
I do
to beef up the numbers.
Yeah, and Kevin, you're right. I agree. Not only that, but they're not voter-friendly voting sites. Voting in the courthouses is not voter-friendly. East Chicago's is probably the worst.
Yeah.
There's no access. There's they put you in the hallway by the clerk's office.
Right.
It's absolutely
that's how Hammond's is too.
It's dysfunctional.
Right.
And that's something I think
we'll take a look at.
Probably needs to be looked at and needs to be addressed.
Can I ask Tom a question? Yep. You see so now you're in Tri-Town. Now, for those of you that aren't aware, I think in Lake County, I'm a former chairman. I know I'm not speaking for the chairman. I think Tri-Town is a battleground, Jim. You back that up, right? It's a lot more competitive than it used to be.
A lot more. And that's due primarily to the influx of
people that are moving in
from Illinois, especially from Illinois.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So, Tom, what do you think? are we doing? How you feeling about the upcoming election with Kamala Harris? How you feeling with?
Well, like Jim said, I've been monitoring the early voting, like in Schererville, and they've been out the door, around the corner, and out in the parking lot since day one.
Yeah.
Schererville votes so well, man.
And
You guys have a really good organization.
I suspect Schererville will have a 70% turnout.
Wow.
And that's what we did. And that's what we did in
2020.
In 2020, absolutely. So it's just and even down at the St. John Township, our south part of town goes down to the St. John Assessor's Office to vote, and that's been out the door and around the corner and stuff. I mean, hundreds and hundreds.
Can you tell if it's mostly Republican or Democrat showing up?
Well, that's like Jim said. When I started in Schererville politics, Schererville was 72-28 Democrat. Of course, you're going back 25, 30 years, and now we're lucky if I think it's 52-48.
Wow. Democrat?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean,
Tom, then why do you win? You're a Democrat.
Well,
you win time after time. Why is that?
I win because I personally win because I get a lot of Republican vote.
Because they trust you.
Yeah.
Because you're good.
I'm in my 5th term, and I've been blessed. It's been a great run.
But you're great, Tom. That's why you win, right?
And yeah, it's been an exciting 20 years. I really enjoyed it. But like Jim said, the influx of people, Schererville's 31,000 now.
wow.
So, somewhere in there. St. John's 16,000 with the. Actually, people don't even know this, but St. John will end up down the road 10, 15 years. They'll be bigger than Schererville.
No kidding.
Really? Why? Because they could grow so much
All
more?
the land.
Because
They
of
got
all
the
land.
new subdivisions?
So much to grow.
And Dyer's up to 15, 16,000. So if you take the Tri-Town area right now, we're getting into the 60,000 people. So I mean,
and by the way, like 60. I have 80 that live in Hammond.
Right.
60,000 people that are
Engaged.
wealthier.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, the average home price in Schererville and if you're counting Schererville, St. John, Dyer, the average home price is what?
Got to be over 300.
Yeah,
Yeah,
around
over 300.
Right?
It's pushing
so like, yeah, whereas the average home price in Hammond is probably $1.30.
Buck
pushing
80.
300
Yeah,
now.
you think that high?
Yeah,
Okay.
$1.50, $1.70,
Right.
something like
So
that.
like,
Yeah.
but that's the thing. When I go down south where you guys live, I'm like amazed at the beautiful subdivisions and the huge yards and the brand new houses. But at the same time, what I noticed, the Hammond guy, when I'm driving down south, I'm like, how does anybody deal with all this freaking traffic, man? It drives me up the wall.
Infrastructure
Right? John, do you think that
challenge.
when you go down there?
Yeah, I actually don't even like going south.
It's hard to deal with. You'll be in a side road and you're in a freaking traffic jam in the country. You know?
I was in St. John over the weekend, and I was like, "This is driving me crazy." Well, all the Trump signs, number one, and then secondly, I was on a one-lane road. I mean, everything's a one-lane road down there outside of 41, and 41's packed. So it's like infrastructure challenge for sure. Like they grew faster than they were able to plan, I think. And
Which
Jen,
is
you do
always-
so much.
always the case,
Is
yeah.
it? I mean, you do so much zoning and planning work.
You
I
do
mean,
a lot of subdivision, right?
Yeah.
So how do you make a place like St. John work from an infrastructure standpoint when like you can't even? There's so many people there, and I was like, how far is it to a grocery store here? A long way.
A long way. I'm always reminded about St. John of the statement I got from Steve Kill when he was town manager there. And, excuse me, they were having all kinds of internal problems. They couldn't get infrastructure done, couldn't get funding, couldn't get people to stay to be on the boards and the commissions and stuff, but yet it's growing leaps and bounds.
Yeah.
I said, what's going on? How do you do this? And he says, we succeed in spite of ourselves.
That's
Sometimes
interesting.
that's true. They're
Hey,
doing. I mean, they're definitely succeeding down
Kevin, you reminded me of something earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is something I want to ask Jim to determine. I drive the back road sometimes just because for me, I just don't like taking the same route all the time. And I'm driving back towards my brother's subdivision, Gates of St. John, driving down whatever that east-west is over there. And I've seen the largest Trump signs I've ever seen in my life, like 5 of them, one after the other. Have you seen this, John?
No.
Oh,
Dude,
my God. Go to St.
they're
John,
like
John. You're going to be welcome there.
Billboard-sized Trump signs, one after the other, all along.
Flags.
Dude, there's
Like-
there's Democrats that live in that subdivision. Like, I would be so pissed if I lived in there. Like, fuck you, man. This is where I live. I have to pass that shit every day. I mean, how do you feel about that as the chair? I mean,
Well, it's frustrating as hell. I mean, it's frustrating. I mean, I won't name any names on here, but I know who's responsible for it, and
We'll do it.
We
get sued all the time.
Write it down on that piece of paper and slide it to Tom.
I was going to recruit some people from North Side, from Hammond, and to go down there.
Everybody's got cameras now.
The old school.
They've been there, and it's the developer of the gates to St. John, and
I'd be pissed if I lived there, man.
I've argued, I've objected as chairman of the party. It doesn't do any good. I mean, it's free speech. It's the First
people have the
Amendment,
right to put their sign up, but it's
big. But it's not reasonable.
You've seen it, right,
It's not
Kevin?
a reasonable yard.
Dude, John,
no.
John, they're billboards, one after the other. Like
it's insane.
Like one after the other. Like Trump. It's like
we get the
Jesus,
idea.
dude, I have to live here. I pass this shit every day.
I was literally, my blood pressure was going up driving through there.
Yeah, or go down 101st
Yeah.
into which becomes Exchange in Illinois.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing.
Really?
Same thing.
I was thinking about this, that like if you're, I think between the two candidates, the people that support Donald Trump seem to be a little more aggressive.
Yes.
And so in my mind, I was like, you know what? There's probably a lot of Harris voters around here. They just don't want to get into it with their neighbors. Just like, you know what? I'm just going to go vote.
I'm that way.
Go
I'm voting for Kamala. I'm super happy to vote for her. I think she's going to be great, and I don't want to get into it with people because there's no convincing. John's going to vote for who John votes for. We're going to vote for who we vote for.
Yeah. I mean, what do you think? I mean, look at the guy that stirs it all up. The guy that strolls around for 16 minutes on the guy. I mean, he's out of his mind. He's he's unhinged.
He's literally
deranged.
It's like a cult of personality.
You want to talk about Arnold Palmer for a little bit, Jim?
Right. Yeah, that Arnold Palmer. He's a big guy.
Yeah, I know. John Stewart. What did John Stewart say last night? Something about everybody knows Arnold Palmer. He's half man and half lemonade.
That's great.
That's awesome.
So wait, I have a question. I have a question for you.
Oh yeah, here we go.
Let's go.
Chairman on chairman.
This is unprecedented.
Chairman on former chairman.
I thought I would walk in here and see you anguishing over the most existential problem that's ever going to occur in your life.
What's that?
And then I was you answered it for me already.
Notre Dame.
Is
Navy.
it Notre Dame or Navy on Saturday? Huh?
Let's see. I did 6 years in one, and I paid $100,000 to go to the other one. I go with Navy. I go with Notre Dame.
I saw the Notre Dame shirt, and I said, "Well, I guess I know which way he's going."
I go hardcore on this week. I love the Navy. I pull for the Navy every week, except for this one.
They're having a good year.
So I got to tell you real quick.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm at church on Sunday. People come walking out. I'm handing the bulletin to them. And this couple, I know their daughter's at Annapolis.
Mm-hmm.
And I says, "Hey, how's your daughter doing?" And the typical response, I don't mean to be gender challenging, but mom says, "Oh, she's doing really good. She really enjoys it. She's been very successful." Dad says, "Did you see we're undefeated in football?"
That's awesome. That is awesome. That is super cool, though. Navy and Army, and Notre Dame plays them both.
Yeah.
First time since 1960, both have been ranked.
Yep.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is cool.
And Navy has a new coach because they always had that Ken Niamato or whatever his name was, but they have a new coach this year, and they're doing great, man. That's awesome to see.
Yeah, I love it. I think it's exciting.
Jim, before we wrap up, I wanted to ask you about state politics because I know that you are tuned in as a chairman with both Mike Schmuel, who's been a guest several times here on LockPod, our state chairman, as well as I know all the candidates that you've talked to Jennifer McCormick, who we're going to have on Friday, by the way, on the show.
Oh, great.
Destiny's been on a couple times, along with other people that are running statewide. How do you feel? We know it's tough to win, at least over the last 20 years, as a Democrat in Indiana. How do you feel this time versus last time or another time? Do you feel like there's momentum this time?
Yeah, I definitely do. I think there's momentum, and you could analyze it crossways and sideways. I think the main reason for it is the absolute the Republicans. I don't know how else to say it. Mike Braun is so conservative and so out of touch with what's going on, and the Republicans know that. They know that, but Beckwith is out of his mind.
He is crazy.
He is. We had a guest on.
He's going to be great for LockPod if he.
We're going to have a blast with him.
I mean, the guy's crazy.
I just hope he isn't.
He literally is like God first in government, which is fine. God bless people that put God first. I appreciate it, but like you're not supposed to do that in government.
Yeah. I used to recall that there was an amendment in the Constitution that's apparently gone now about separation of church and state. Mm-hmm. That's obviously out the window.
Not with Elon Musk. He gives you $1 million if you support it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a good
and that reminded me of the Snyder case sort of analogy.
Good
that,
point, yeah.
The Supreme Court says, hey, if you do it before,
It's a
like
gratuity.
it's a bribe, but if it's after, it's a gratuity.
Isn't that weird?
It's well.
If I didn't respect the law so much, we were talking about doing like a social media stunt after that and doing a tip jar in the mayor's office.
Yeah.
Which would have been classic social media, and then the feds would probably
Right.
start investigating me or
That
something.
is
So I'm like, I'm not going to
hilarious.
make light of
What
that.
was this tip for?
Yeah,
What was
right.
It? What was
I'm
this?
not gonna
Is
make
this
light.
gratuity?
You
I saw a
can't even make
$5
fun
bill
of it.
in there.
Yeah, but as far as the state goes, it's clear, in my mind, it's clear that it's a close race. And look, the Democratic Governors Association doesn't pump $600,000
Yeah, that's great.
into a candidate's race unless they
That's nice to
have
see.
a good feeling.
Really
National
is.
money.
It's been national money.
When I ran at
coming here.
22, we didn't see a penny in national money. So like they're pumping it.
You're right, and I think that they've done a good job. Our candidate
Yes.
Jezebels, as
Yes.
Beckwith says,
Yes.
they've worked hard.
They do. They come to the region a lot, too,
You
Jim.
pointed out before we came on about Todd Rokita. We
Isn't that crazy?
we call him the monster from Munster. That's what we call him.
That is great, dude. We got to put that on the wall. The
it.
monster from Munster. See,
Absolutely.
where have you been all our lives, Jim? By the way, like I would be. Oh, I'm sorry, Tom. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say to go on that the ticket that we have this year is a tremendous ticket with all the way down, from Kamala to
Yeah.
Frank to Valerie,
Yep.
Destiny, Jennifer. I mean, you can't beat that. As far as I'm concerned, you can't beat that.
And I think
ticket.
Terry Gooden's a great
Yes.
pick for
Great,
lieutenant governor.
Yeah.
Don't you see a symmetry or between McCormick and Gooden and Harris and Waltz?
Yeah,
It's
that's a good
like
point.
the-
Yeah,
you're
it's
right.
like the same
Teams.
thing.
You're
Yeah,
right.
It's like a team. Right.
And it's a team, and it's a team of different interests that have come together to do what's the right thing.
After the last show, I got off and I donated a bunch of money to the governor candidate, to Destiny, as I promised, and then I gave a few state reps some money too.
Nice.
So like I walked out of here last time and made sure. But could I point something out about Jim? Something I would be remiss. He's the man of the year this year, and I appreciate you. And I appreciate Tom and the Schererville organization for putting this award together because it's cool that we have that.
Great event.
It should be recognized as the Lake County eventually because Schererville's awesome, but I think they had a great idea. But I would be personally, I'm not sure where Jim's going to go in March, if he's going to do another 4 years as chairman or not. But before this comes, I just want you to know that you mean a lot to me personally because 20-something years ago, my fate was in your hands. My fate was in your hands. My fate was in Jim Wieser's hands. Straight up. You could have ruined me, like before I was anybody. And you were a gentleman, and you were a good mentor, and you helped me become the mayor. And that's straight up truth, Jim. You know it's true, and so do I.
Wow.
So I'm on the air just like, Jim, if he was a bad person, a bad-natured person, I was completely vulnerable, and I trusted him, and I gave him my word that I was running as a Democrat, and it was literally his word and Chairman Stiglitz at the time, and they saved me, and they led me in the right direction, and I've had a great career. And he could have squashed me like a bug if he was a bad-natured person. You could have, Jim, because I couldn't have come back after I made a public declaration. I was running as a Democrat. If you said no, I was dead as a politician, and you gave me a great career. So I want to say thank you. On Lockpod.
Well,
Lockpod wouldn't be
appreciate
here.
that.
but-
I think maybe you're giving me a little too much credit.
No,
but,
no, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm not. Don't minimize it.
I found over the years, and it's the only thing. This doesn't happen to me in my real life. In my life as a father and as a grandfather and as a husband, it doesn't come that way, and it doesn't come that way to me in law. But what comes to me is a gut feeling in politics, and when I go with my gut rather than what is laid out and says to you, don't do it, but you do it anyway, I've fortunately been pretty successful. Yours is the first real case like that. I just
Where it
knew.
backfired?
Normally
I'm good.
on the
but
day.
I
I mean-
fucked up a little bit.
Yeah,
on
that
this
one I screwed up. But the other one,
You got 6
yeah.
terms to prove it.
Yeah,
That's
right.
The other one that comes to my mind is Mike Andrade.
Yeah, man.
This is a guy.
Superstar.
Guy calls me out of nowhere. Never done anything. Didn't know him from Adam, and I just got off the phone with him that night. And Jackie said to me, "What do you think? What's that?" I said, "This guy says he wants to run for state rep." And she says, "What do you think?" I said, I'm going to his house tomorrow on
Yeah.
Sunday
Mike's
because
great. He's special.
you could feel it
Yep.
in his voice.
And he's been a great
through the
state rep
phone.
and a
he's
great
been
representative
great.
of the party.
And he's been great.
Superstar.
Yep. Before we, one more question before we sign off today. Frank Mervan's race. I think we all feel good about
I do.
our congressman.
I definitely feel good about Frank's race.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, objectively, I think Frank's gonna win comfortably.
I think he's
too.
gonna. I agree with that. I think he's gonna win comfortably. There's so many. It's unbelievable how, and that's we talked about it early on about the instantaneous kind of thing. That district, in terms of its composition politically, changed in 2 years. And I know probably got to get going here, but if you think about it, we had a Republican mayor in Hobart and Republican members on their council. We now have a Democratic mayor in Hobart, all Democrats on the council. Chesterton is all Democrat for the first time in its history.
Wow.
Valparaiso City Council is all, or not all, but
Majority.
Democrat majority for the first time in its history. Angie's the mayor
Michigan
over
City.
in Michigan City.
It's a good point.
All of these things,
Yeah,
and
trending in
Porter
Frank's
County
direction.
has and no disrespect to the prior chairman there, but Don Kraft is really working it hard. He's a great chairman. He's a dear friend. I mean, figure in the 8 years I've been chairman, Porter County's had 4 chairmen.
Right.
Port County's had 4
Wow.
chairmen.
Wow.
And it's hard to build momentum. But Don's been there. He's worked hard. He's got that moving. He's got his organization moving in the right direction.
So you anticipate?
So I anticipate a big win for Frank.
I do too. Like by just just
Tom,
if you're
right?
just
Yeah,
Tom.
I think so too. And one thing that Frank does, he just secured a lot of money for Schererville on public safety, and that's what he does. He keeps his nose to the grind. He's not on the Sunday morning talk shows and stuff and everything, but he's out there working for our district and his district, and the guy he brings results back, and all these cities and towns that he has helped and stuff are seeing that, and see that he's a true congressman.
Yeah, and real quick, I've been to 2 rallies lately where there have been congresspersons there speaking on behalf of Frank. The most recent one was Congressman Aguilar, who's the chairman of the Democratic Caucus, on Saturday at the Steelworkers at USW at 1010. And the other one was at Wicker Park with I wish I could Betsy McCullough or what, but both of them are in high positions in the Democratic Party and in Congress. Both of them went out of their way to say, we want Frank back, and not only do we want Frank back, but we want him on appropriations.
Oh, nice.
Now
That's good for our.
That's the key. That's good for us.
Wasn't-
That's good for all of
Congressman
us.
Madden was on appropriations, right?
Madden was on,
Yeah.
and he was the head of the Rules Committee. Madden was. It was Adam Benjamin.
I thought Pete was on there too.
Defense.
Pete went on in defense,
Right.
but yeah, Adam Benjamin, who I worked for and defeated Ray Madden back in the day when I was a young idealistic political person. He went on appropriations first term. You know why he went on appropriations? It's just a great political story. Tip O'Neill came to Lake County and campaigned extensively for Ray Madden, his longtime friend. You get it. And he was here for like 2 days. And when Adam first went to Congress, Tip O'Neill called him before he even went to Congress and said, "Look, I did what I thought was right, and I did what I had to do, but I owe you." That's how it happened.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Why don't you wrap it up, Locomotive?
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I just want to say thanks to Tom, the Lockpotter, councilman, friend, chairman, just a great guy. Thanks for coming on Lockpot. It's good to see you. And to Jim.
I do got to tell a story.
Uh-oh.
Someday have me back. I want to tell the story.
All right, we're gonna have you back.
I want to tell the story of how I met Mayor Tom and how I got involved. And
boy.
It goes back to that Stiglitz campaign.
Really? Yeah, that was.
We're gonna have you back.
I miss Stig. He was a great guy.
Yep.
He was a great chair, and he was a great
Every
friend.
day, man. I miss him every day.
He was when I first became mayor. He helped me a lot too. He did a good job
Yeah.
for me. But he was a good dude. But
was a good dude.
and Jim, man of the year.
Thank you.
Thank you for what you've done for the party, for me, for countless Democrats all across Northwest Indiana. You're going to have a busy night. Kevin and I have a horrible conflict that night. We've sponsored and all that stuff. I just want you to know I can't be there, but I'm so glad you came on LockPod. And Tom and I always do business together, and I know Tom and Lindsay work together on that, but we just want to say congratulations, Jim, on your designation, and thank you for what you've done for the party.
Appreciate it. Well deserved. Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
You don't get many applauses in LockPod. That's a first, I think.
We might actually bust out the banjos for you. So anyway, thanks for listening to LockPod, everybody. Thanks for Lindsay coming in. Jay, she came in straight from shift for you.
No, I did not. I was home all day.
She looks like she came straight from shift. But
I'm just wearing a jumpsuit.
Jay Vez, thanks for another great show. Kevin Chandler,
yes,
good to see you, sir. And thanks for our audience for listening to LockPod. We are another episode in the books. We'll be back on Friday. I think we have a guest lined up.
We do, Jennifer McCormick.
Listen
to our gubernatorial candidate.
Look at that. See you Friday. We're getting ready for Election Day. Take care, everybody. LockPod's out.
Thanks.
Thanks.